Hey, what's up, guys? It's Patrick for the Sandwich Hour, and I want to talk about The Winds of Winter. Song of Ice and Fire is one of my favorite series of all time. It is so well written, and I have a feeling that Winds of Winter is going to come out sometime next year. I'm basing this feeling on absolutely nothing, but I just feel it, and I want to talk my predictions for Winds of Winter. This is going to be a pretty long one, I think, because I got stuff written down for like 10 different locations. So we're just gonna dive right in and start with Winterfell. Winterfell. We last left Winterfell getting ready for a battle. Stannis Baratheon's marching on Winterfell to fight the Boltons and the Freys. Theon just escaped Winterfell only to be captured by Stannis, and there is going to be a brawl. What's going to happen, I think, is that Stannis is going to draw out the Freys to the abandoned village where he is, and there is a frozen lake there, okay? And it was mentioned that his men were cutting holes in it to go to fish out some food, and that I think he's going to collapse the lake while the Frey forces are charging across it. And then as the Freys are trying to escape this trap, Wyman Manderley's men. Wyman Manderley is the fat guy who is pretending to work with the Freys, but is really just, killing them in secret. He's gonna openly betray them, trap them in the lake, and completely slaughter everybody. After that, I think that Wyman Manderley and Stannis are gonna fake Stannis' death, so that way Stannis can sneak into Winterfell, and Ramsay has a reason to write that stupid note that says, "Oh, I killed Stannis, blah 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 blah." And the Boltons will not survive this book. At the very least, Ramsay will not survive this book. Roose might go on to book 7, but Ramsay Bolton will be killed in this battle, or later, because I think Stannis is gonna fake his death and sneak into Winterfell with Theon's help, and I think Theon's gonna be the one to kill Ramsay, because that would be so perfect. Anyway, moving right along, we got the Wall next. At the Wall, things are going to shit. Jon Snow was going to desert to save Stannis and Mance from Ramsay, and his brothers took exception to that and stabbed him like 36 times. I think that Jon Snow's body is dead. And I say his body specifically because I think he is warged into Ghost. This is something that Varamir Sixskins did when he was killed. He warged into his wolf, and that chapter makes no sense in the story unless it was building up to this, where Jon dies and wargs into Ghost. Now, I think that Melisandre is still going to try to resurrect Jon the same way Thoros resurrected Beric Dondarrion and Catelyn several times with her Red God powers. Ooh. But it's not going to work, or it's going to be like a zombie with no soul inside because Jon is inside Ghost. And that's going to cause even more problems. Furthermore, the guys who stabbed Jon really didn't think this through, because there's a bunch of angry wildlings now that are going to fight them for control of the Wall, and I think the wildlings are going to win. I think Tormund Giantsbane is going to be in control of Castle Black at the very least, if not the entire Wall. Meanwhile, I think that Bran is going to be learning all about the others, what makes them tick, what they are, why they exist. And during Bran's storyline, I think Jojen Reed is finally going to kick the bucket. He has been getting... He keeps saying today's not the day I die, but it looks like he's pretty much fulfilled his purpose. He's brought Bran to the Blood Raven, and I do not see him surviving. So Jojen Reed is going to die, Bran's going to learn about the others, and the others are finally going to get to the Wall at the end of the Winds of Winter. They're going to get there and they're going to attack. And that is it. Next up, we got King's Landing, Cersei's trial by combat. She's got Robert Strong fighting to prove her innocence in the adultery charges, and Robert Strong is probably a zombified version of Gregor Clegane. They even say this in universe. Kevin Lannister is like, that's probably Gregor Clegane, but it doesn't matter, really. All that matters is that Robert Strong is going to win. He's going to take down anybody that the Faith throws at him, and the Faith is probably going to have the Gravedigger fight Robert Strong, and the Gravedigger is somebody that was in that Brienne of Tarth met in one of her chapters, and is frequently theorized to be Sandor Clegane in disguise, and I think that makes the most sense. Martin's been foreshadowing a Sandor Gregor fight forever, even though both of them technically died. But Gravedigger versus Robert Strong is the next best thing in my mind, and they're going to fight, but Robert Strong is going to win, and the Gravedigger will die. Meanwhile, you got Marjorie's trial coming up. She is going to survive as well. I do not know who her champion will be. My guess is probably Garland Tyrell, because Loras is kind of indisposed right now. And Garland Tyrell is her older brother. He was the one that wore the Renly costume at the end of Clash of Kings, and it's going to be fine. But there's a bigger problem in the Clash of Kings. Kevin and Pycelle were murdered by Varys, and I think Cersei is going to accuse the Tyrells of plotting against her by killing two of her biggest allies. Now, I know they weren't technically her allies and they were working against her, but she can claim that they were her allies because one is her uncle and the other has been so loyal to Tywin that it makes sense. So, Mace Tyrell is going to be accused of killing Kevin and Pycelle, and he's going to lose his position as Hand of the King. And I think through some crazy set of circumstances, Nymeria Martell, who is coming to represent Dorne on the Small Council, is going to end up as the Hand of the King. That would be crazy if it happened. I know, because she's a woman and that doesn't really happen, but something tells me that she's going to end up as Hand. She's smart enough to do that, I think. And then at the end, I think that Cersei's going to be trying to kill Marjorie somehow, maybe with Robert Strong, and that Tommen Baratheon will die trying to save her, and this will completely break Cersei, and she's going to go full Mad Queen mode after this. Okay, 8 minutes in, and we already have so many places to go. Marine. There was a sample chapter released about Marine in Tyrion's perspective, but I cannot find it anywhere. I just know that it exists. Anyway, Tyrion and Jorah have joined the Second Sons. Barristan is there. They're fighting against the Wise Masters of Yunkai. Victarion is on his way there. And they are all going to meet at once, and there's going to be a huge battle in Marine. And I think that Barristan and Tyrion and Victarion are all going to team up and take out the Wise Masters. I do not see the Wise Masters winning this fight. I really don't. At best, I see them killing either Jorah or Barristan. Anyway, after all of that, Daenerys is in the Dothraki Sea with Drogon, and she was found by Khal Jaqo. And they're going to try to make her their slave so they can control dragons, and it's not going to end well for them. Khal Jaqo is going to be killed, probably by Drogon, and Daenerys is going to have all his Dothraki riders work for her. They're going to ride back to Marine after the battle's done, take control. The Ironborn under Victarion are going to swear allegiance to Daenerys, and they're all going to finally leave Marine and start heading out to Westeros. Meanwhile, you got Aegon Targaryen. He is gone to Westeros already, taking control of some castles, and in a sample chapter released from Arianne Martell's perspective, we learn that Aegon Targaryen does take control of Storm's End. And I think that Ariane is going to try to propose an arranged marriage to Aegon Martell, so that he will take it, so that House Martell will be openly backing Aegon. Whether or not Aegon is in fact genuine, or if he is a fake, like so many people think, I don't know. But that is going to be what happens. In Braavos, we know that Arya goes off script and kills Raph the Sweetling on her own. Raph the Sweetling came as a guard for an envoy from Westeros. I think it was Harris Swift. They were going to go treat with the Iron Bank. Arya kills one of his guards because he was on her bucket list of death. And the Faceless Men are not going to be happy with this. They're going to expel Arya from their order, if not try to kill her. She's going to have to escape Braavos on her own, and she'll go back to Westeros to finally kill Ilyn Payne, Meryn Trant, and Cersei. She's done with the Faceless Men. She's going to have only a few chapters in Braavos, kill Raph, the Sweetling, and then go back to Westeros. After that, we got the Riverlands. Jaime and Brienne are going to meet with the Brotherhood without banners, and they want Jaime dead. And Lady Stoneheart wants a dead Jaime. Brienne is stuck between her oath to Jaime and her oath to Catelyn, who is Lady Stoneheart. And I think that they're either going to A, fight against the Brotherhood, which will end with Brienne dying, or B, they're going to team up with the Brotherhood, because I think the Brotherhood without banners has a plan to rescue Edmure Tully and retake Riverrun, because Tom of Seven Streams, their musician guy, has already been infiltrating the Frey forces that were outside of Riverrun when Jaime was there. And it's just, I think they're going to go after Riverrun. This is the one that I'm the least confident on. In the Vale, Sansa's going to be marrying Harry the Heir. That was already said. Peter Baelish was planning that. Robert Arryn's going to die. He has been slowly getting poisoned this whole time. This is all fairly standard stuff. After that, I think Littlefinger wants to have Sansa reveal herself as Sansa, and she's already married the heir to the Vale, and she'll have a bunch of Vale lords working for her, and they'll be like, hey, we're the best army in Westeros right now, let's go retake Winterfell, which is going to put her on a direct collision course with Stannis. Either that, or Sansa's going to have her Vale lords, her mountain lords, and she'll be like, hey, let's kill Littlefinger, but I don't think that second thing's going to happen, as cool as that would be. In Skagos, Davos is looking for Rickon Stark. He's doing that to try to secure his alliance with Wyman Manderley and the Northerners. And Skagos is the island of cannibals. It's where Rickon Stark and Osha have been hanging out this whole time. And I think that we're finally going to see Rickon and Osha in the story again, and that Rickon has gone completely batshit crazy. And Osha's the only person that can really keep him in check and calm him down and stuff, but I think he's going to lose his mind. Davos is going to take Rickon and Osha back to the mainland, but Rickon's going to snap and kill Davos. I hate to say it. I love Davos so much, but I think Rickon's going to kill Davos, run away, and end up with Nymeria's wolf pack. And I don't know why I think this is going to happen, but it just feels right. I don't think that Rickon is going to get much of anything done in Winterfell. I don't see it. It doesn't fit his character to me. Okay. In Old Town, we know Samwell Tarly is training to be a Maester. We know that Pate the Pig Boy was killed by somebody. by a faceless man, and that the faceless man is posing as him now. It's commonly believed that this faceless man is Jaqen H'ghar. I don't know about that, but it makes sense to me. Also, there is an acolyte there named Alaros, who is commonly believed to be Sorella Sand, and Sorella Sand was one of Oberyn Martell's daughters. These are two common theories that I think make sense based on some of the evidence. I'm just breezing through them real quick. Seriously though, there is a conspiracy amongst the Archmaesters to try to eliminate magic from the world. Magic also means dragons. That's why Archmaester Marwyn left the Citadel. He said he was going to protect Daenerys from the other Maesters. And I think that Jaqen H'ghar was hired to stop this conspiracy, and that's why he's impersonating a novice like Pate. He's trying to get in and learn who's in on it, because the Faceless Men rely on magic for their disguises. And on top of that, I think that the Ironborn are going to attack the Citadel to try to conquer Old Town, and that Sam's going to accidentally be a hero again. He's going to come up with a plan, maybe even kill a couple guys, and he's going to be called like the Black Meister or something. It's going to be awesome. Finally, I got the Iron Islands listed here. I think we're going to learn a lot about Euron Greyjoy's past. He claims to have been to Valyria, which is crazy. He claims to have met with the Blood Raven. We're going to learn what he's talking about, what is going on with his head. And I think that Aeron Greyjoy is going to be planning a rebellion against Euron, who is the current king of the Iron Islands, and that Euron is going to kill him, and that nobody's going to care because Aeron Greyjoy is boring. Okay, that was 17 minutes of me rambling about things that might never happen in the Winds of Winter. I hope that you stuck around. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you tell me your theories, or tell me why my theories are full of shit in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next sandwich hour. Bye-bye.